Go finding.
Try Tide Power Pods with 85% more Tide in every pod.
Who needs that much more Tide?
Everyone's gonna need more Tide.
It's a mess out there. That's why there's 85% more Tide in every Power Pod.
See?
I'm not gonna miss you.
Happening now.
Well, how about this colder weather? It has been damp, chilly, and blustery all day long, but the question is, will things clear out in time for trick-or-treating? I'll have that forecast and a look at some locations seeing their first freeze of the season. Details ahead.
Election Day is coming up, and do you know what's on the ballot? Well, there's about 14 state propositions coming up. We'll explain some of them and how you can learn more about all of them.
Baby monitors and nanny cams. They give parents peace of mind. Coming up, what features to look for if you're buying one. The News at 5 starts right now.
First at 5, a man's death inside a burning home today, providing an opportunity for a new warning from the fire chief. We don't know how this one started, but the chief says we all need to be careful with space heaters in this weather. This latest fire happening inside a South Side duplex in the 4400 block of Meeks Avenue around 2 hours ago. Firefighters say the fire had grown so hot by the time they got there that some of the windows had blown out. Once they got inside, though, the firefighters found a man dead on his couch and materials for smoking inside. Fire Chief Charles Hood reminding everyone, however, how you go about heating your home in these cold temperatures can be dangerous.
This cold is going to continue, so we want to make sure that we're not using our stoves to heat. We're not using the stove tops, and that we're taking precautions about space heaters around children, pets, and making sure that they're not up close to anything.
Chief Hood also stressing not to burn anything inside a home. Using a barbecue pit, for example, could cause carbon monoxide poisoning. The name of the victim in this afternoon's fire has not yet been released. What an extreme shift into not the fall, but already in winter today. And to top it all off, rain as well. Sarah Spivey here to tell us when all this is going to end, when it's going to warm up again, Sarah.
That's right, Ursula. It is the coldest day we've seen since February. Take a look at some of these weather where you live temperatures. 46 in Floresville. Rainfall, too, about a little bit more than a quarter of an inch, close to half an inch of rain in many places out there, like in Bernie, 42 in Bulverde. Right now outside in San Antonio, it's 44 degrees. Those winds have been a factor. It feels like it's in the 30s. You may be wondering, is there something in the air? I know I feel that way. Well, molds are moderate. Grass and ragweed are low. And just a closer look at the radar here, you can see that most of the rain is starting to move out of Bexar County toward Guadalupe County and Wilson County. But will all the rain be gone for trick-or-treating? It looks like it will. I'll have the latest for your trick-or-treating forecast, including how much you'll need to bundle up those kids, coming up in a bit. Ursula.
Very important information for us. Thank you, Sarah. A man state and federal police tried to arrest today, but instead escaped, still on the loose. So now the Jourdanton Police Department is asking everyone who lives near Highway 97 and County Road 431 to lock their house up, keep the car doors locked, and be on the lookout. The suspect's name is David Garcia. Police say that he is armed and dangerous. If you see him or you know where this man is, you can call 911 immediately. Understanding what is on the ballot this election year is just as important as getting to the ballot box. While no big Bexar County races are up for grabs, there are more than a dozen state propositions to wade through. Erica Hernandez with what some of them say and what they mean to you.
It's a long ballot, but what does it all mean? There are 14 state constitutional amendments that voters can approve or deny, but only 12 of those apply to Bexar County voters. Let's break some of those down, starting with Proposition 4. This is the $18 billion property tax cut lawmakers talked about this year. The way it's written out may be hard to understand, but in a nutshell, it would put a temporary limit on appraisal values for non-homestead properties, and it would increase the homestead exemption on school district taxes, which could save a homeowner around $1,200. Jumping ahead to Proposition 8, this proposition looks to expand high-speed internet to all Texans. According to the Texas Comptroller, more than 2 million households in the state don't have high-speed internet. An approval on this prop would help areas and counties struggling to get households connected. Next up, Proposition 9. This one is for retired teachers. If approved, it would increase the cost of living adjustments for retired teachers. This is something that hasn't been done in almost 20 years. Depending on when a teacher retired, they can see increases from 2 to 6%. And finally, Proposition 14. This is for state parks. If approved, $1 billion would go toward the Centennial Parks Conservation Fund to buy land to create and improve state parks. According to Texas Parks and Wildlife, this would be the largest investment in parks in our state's history. Some cities like Helotes, Converse, Schertz, and Windcrest will have more on their ballots because it is their city's general election. Now, early voting ends this Friday, and the election day is next Tuesday, November 7th. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
If you're a registered voter, you can cast your ballot at any polling site between now and Friday. Early voting continues all week. For a complete breakdown of those constitutional amendments, you can go to our website. Or you can just scan this QR code, find out more about those amendments, plus a breakdown of poll locations. Starting in a little under an hour from now, another public meeting for the San Antonio ISD on what they are calling right-sizing. Parents, students, and teachers have been voicing concern for the potential closure of 19 schools starting next fall. That meeting is at the Knox Early Education Center, and it starts at 6. The board is now a little more than 2 weeks away from voting on that final right-sizing plan. 1 month since Hamas terrorists attacked Israel, Israeli tanks are moving into Gaza's main city at this hour. And the IDF says there is reason to celebrate at least one small victory. The Israel Defense Force announcing today that a female soldier who was captured during the original Hamas attack has been rescued. It's the first rescue of a hostage or prisoner since the war began on October 7th. Meantime, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is rejecting calls for a ceasefire. He says they are on a mission to bring every hostage out of Hamas custody. The auto strike that has ground many GM plants to a halt may soon be over, and workers may soon be back on the job. After 6 weeks, the United Auto Workers Union says they have reached a tentative agreement. That deal comes just days after the union expanded the strike at the nation's largest automaker. It's also about a week after the union reached tentative deals with maker Ford and Stellantis. That said, we are still waiting to see the details. A trial to determine whether the 14th Amendment's insurrectionist ban could keep former President Donald Trump off the Colorado presidential ballot is now underway. 6 Republican and unaffiliated Colorado voters filed this suit last month. Most experts agree it's a long shot, but it's a historic case, and it could block Trump, at least in Colorado. Those bringing the suit argue that he should be disqualified from serving as president again because of his role in the January 6 Capitol riots. This trial will last at least 1 week. It's a grim forecast coming from local cybersecurity groups working to keep businesses from becoming victimized. According to Cybersecurity Ventures, the cost of cybercrime is predicted to hit $8 trillion in 2023, and it's going to grow to $10.5 trillion in 2025. And we are not immune to that. Max Massey now with a dive into the work that's being done here to protect San Antonio's cyber world now and in the future.
We've had a few smaller municipalities hit with ransomware attacks, as well as school districts, and it's been disruptive.
Jeff Fair is the Vice President of Cybersecurity and Economic Development, a key member of the Cybersecurity Council. It's an organization under the San Antonio Chamber of Commerce.
Municipal governments, counties and cities, school districts, they're all targets for criminals.
Brett Pyatt has worked in the cybersecurity field for more than 20 years. He knows firsthand how criminals are taking advantage of people across our community.
In companies in San Antonio, it's happening every single day. So we've got an FBI cyber field office here. NSA Texas is in San Antonio. They get phone calls from business owners and folks all the time about cyber attacks.
Protection and prevention are some of the main missions of our Cybersecurity Council.
The Cybersecurity Council had a number of initiatives this year and last year, and one of them was how do we help small businesses protect themselves?
And it's not just about protecting the localities, the local businesses, and the school districts right now. It's about making sure that we have the proper infrastructure for our future.
Because we have military present, because we have large companies present, but it's also because we have 8 different universities here in our region that have top-notch cybersecurity programs, 7 of which have been recognized by the National Security Agency.
Now, this council has been in formation since 2012, and as San Antonio is the second largest cyber hub in the U.S., well, the future continues to be bright.
I think you're going to see cybersecurity working with a lot of our big sectors, aerospace, healthcare and biotech, commercial space. You're going to have a lot of these industries really depending on San Antonio throughout Texas and our region for their cybersecurity foundation.
As for Brett Pyatt, he has some quick tips for anyone out there looking to avoid cybersecurity risks.
Update your devices. Don't be a launchpad for hackers.
Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
Taking a look outside with your traffic authority. We have got semi-dry roads here at 410 and Jackson Keller. Not the case all over the city, so some moisture on those roads could make driving home a little bit tough, but you can see here, at least in this spot, traffic's moving along unhindered. It seems like there's an endless list of tech and tools that parents use to monitor their little ones. Next on the News at 5, what to look for in that tech before you buy it.
I'm Myra Arthur here in the KSAT newsroom, and here's what we're working on for the news at 6 o'clock today. Broken glass, torn up rims, and scratched paint. That's just some of the damage to a San Antonio woman's car. Why she says she's never buying this brand of car again. And a Southside staple is no more, closed after decades of serving burgers, and it's leaving customers and suppliers a little bit puzzled. Plus,
we have a lot of gasoline and a lot of matches that at any combination here can come together.
as the war between Hamas and Israel rages on, a new KSAT Explains dives into the history, the geography, and the creation of Israel and Gaza. Thousands of years of history exist in this region of the world, but we are going back to 1947 and the struggle for a two-state solution. All that and more today on the News at 6.
Thank you, Myra. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration warning consumers to stop buying a brand of fruit puree pouches over a fear that they could contain extremely high amounts of lead. These wannabe apple cinnamon fruit pouches, Wanna Banana, I guess is the proper name for them, sold nationwide at retailers like Sam's Club and Dollar Tree. The warning comes after an investigation found that the pouches could be to blame for elevated blood lead levels in some children in North Carolina. Wanna Banana is recalling this product. Baby monitors and nanny cams are popular with parents who want to keep an eye on their kids, the babysitter, or even the family dog when they're away. But before you buy, 12 News Live's Marilyn Morris tells us some important features you should look for.
Jonathan Solomon's nanny cam gives him a glimpse of his kids or pets even when he's away.
It's nice to know that we can check in on them and make sure that they're okay.
When it comes to nanny cams or baby monitors, there are a lot of types to choose from. So what's the difference?
The big difference between nanny cams and baby monitors is that most baby monitors actually don't connect to the internet and don't record footage. You'll just be able to view a live feed of your baby.
You view that feed on the display unit that comes with most models. One big security benefit to that is the video feed stays local and is less likely to get hacked. If you're shopping for a baby monitor, there are important features to look for: HD screen resolution, two-way talk, optional additional cameras, temperature sensors, sound lights that turn on when the baby cries, and an infrared function that lets you watch your baby in the dark. Consumer Reports recommends these from Eufy and VTech. If you want to check the feed while you're away from home, you'll want a nanny cam with features like
pan and tilt. So it's the ability to remotely move the camera around and change its view. Local video storage, that way you don't have to pay for a subscription. Loud noise detection, so even if the camera doesn't see something, it'll still record.
Also monitoring or activity zones, which lets you highlight different parts of a room to keep an eye on. Consumer Reports recommends these models from Wyze and Lorex. Both have two-way audio, too. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Metro Health wants to share some of their own tricks before your kids go knocking on doors for treats tomorrow night. Those tips include dressing warmly for the chilly weather beforehand, inspecting the candy for your child when they bring it home for expiration dates and suspicious homemade treats made by strangers. The Metro Health dentistry team also says after Halloween, try to control how much candy your kids are eating in one sitting and make sure that candy is accompanied by a meal.
The more time that we're coating our teeth with sugar, the more caries we're going to develop, the more cavities we're going to have, right? So if we can have that with a meal, the food that you're eating helps clean it off. You're salivating more, cleaner mouth.
And of course, don't forget the importance of healthy teeth brushing routines at home. Taking a look outside with Live Cam. That's right. We have to make plans for trick-or-treating this year because it's going to be kind of like this, cold.
Yeah, cold, but at least not rainy. And that's a big thing for trick-or-treating time. It's going to be okay as far as the rain goes. It'll be nice and dry for trick-or-treating, just a little on the chilly side. So how long will these sweaters be useful? Well, we are going to gradually warm up in the days ahead. Temperatures will be climbing to the 80s by the weekend, but at least the sweaters are going to be useful until then. You can see tomorrow will be in the 50s, Wednesday and Thursday in the 60s. Even on Friday morning, temperatures are still going to be pretty chilly. We do have some rain remaining on the radar, but as you can see, most of this rain is starting to move away from San Antonio. We've still got some rain here on the east side near St. Hedwig, New Berlin, out toward Lavernia, and really, honestly, Guadalupe County right now getting in on some of the light to moderate rain from Geronimo to Seguin, and a wider view here across parts of Gonzales County. Starting to see some of that rain there as well. But this rain is moving away. We've seen a decent amount of rainfall. Let me show you a look at the 24-hour rainfall totals just since yesterday, mainly since last night. And you can see anywhere you see this green, that's where we've seen an inch to half an inch to an inch of rainfall from Devine through South Bexar County up toward Luling along I-10 there, and in the north part of Bexar County seen about a half an inch. Half an inch of widespread rain has been the norm for us, but as I mentioned, that rain is really starting to move away. So as we look at rain chances, we're going to be done with the rain for the remainder of the forecast into early next week. So that's about it for us. What else do you need to know? Well, the winds will remain gusty until midday tomorrow. So we're still going to be dealing with wind gusts of up to 25 to 30 miles per hour. The rain will be away by the time for trick-or-treating. It'll be chilly near 50 degrees, but with clear skies. So let me walk you through your KSAT 12-hour forecast tomorrow. Starting off the day on the chilly side, near 40 degrees and with some clouds. Notice the winds will stay breezy tomorrow from the north at 10 to 15 miles per hour, but skies will be clearing. By noon, we're going to be looking at mostly sunny skies. Temperatures still in the 40s, though, so chilly all day. We'll be getting up to about 58 degrees tomorrow afternoon for the high. North winds at 10 miles per hour. But what about trick-or-treating? As I mentioned, the rain is not going to be a factor tomorrow. However, you are going to want to bundle up your kids because temperatures will be falling into the 40s after sunset at 6:48. So make sure to dress warmly. Winds will not be as much of a factor from the north at about 5 to 10 miles per hour and chilly. All right, the next thing I want to talk about that's pretty important, not tomorrow morning, but Wednesday morning. I do anticipate a light freeze across the hill country. So generally areas north of San Antonio. In San Antonio, we're not going to be experiencing freeze, but areas like Kerrville, Rock Springs, even as far south as Boerne could see a light freeze on Wednesday morning. Not tomorrow morning, but Wednesday morning. Some things to keep in mind for Wednesday morning: cover up or bring in any sensitive vegetation. And everyone, please remember your pets. As you look at the forecast, again, sweaters are going to be useful until Friday when we get up into the 70s. We'll be back into the 80s by the weekend. Coming up at 6, we're going to take a more in-depth look at the areas that could be experiencing that light freeze Wednesday morning.
Great. Thank you so much. I got to say, that was pretty disappointing last night.
It was.
That game was not fun to watch.
The Clippers are a very tough team. So, we know that there's going to be quite the learning curve. And that was a good representation of what the Spurs might be up against this year at times. But yes, last night it's a 40-point loss on the road. A tough test against the Clippers. We'll have more on that coming up. Plus, the inconsistent Cowboys finally string together back-to-back wins. First the Chargers, now the Rams. Things got out of hand early for the San Antonio Spurs in their first road test of the season, and for Victor Wembanyama, the first road game of his NBA career. The Los Angeles Clippers defeated the Spurs by a 40-point margin. San Antonio turned the ball over 25 times, and it cost the team big as LA scored 34 points off of those turnovers.
It was like playing embarrassed, so to speak, because you're quickly getting your butt kicked. You got to fight your way out of that. You got to stick together. People start to separate a little bit. You can see it in body language and that sort of stuff. That's the biggest takeaway for us in the game, that everybody goes through those moments when you have a bad first quarter or whatever.
Now next, the Spurs will get 2 cracks at the Suns. It's unlikely Devin Booker and Bradley Beal will play at least for the first matchup tomorrow.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
I like where we are. Yes, I like where we are. It's who's next is irrelevant. And frankly, we could talk probably more about that Wednesday. But yes, I think like anything, you have a goal to improve coming out of a bye week. You spend a little extra time. It was nice just to see our guys from start to finish just these last 7 days.
Happy Victory Monday, Cowboys fans. Dallas has successfully defended its home turf for its 11th straight game. In yesterday's 43-20 win over the Rams, signal caller Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb caught 2 of them, and cornerback DaRon Bland scored his 3rd pick 6 of the season, now 1 away from tying the NFL record. Head coach Mike McCarthy's squad is now 5-2. Tonight, out west, the Arizona Diamondbacks host the Rangers for Game 3 of the World Series. The series is tied 1-1. The bump for Game 3 will feature Max Scherzer starting for Texas and rookie right-hander Brandon Pfaadt for the D-backs. First pitch is at 7:03 this evening inside Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. The lead is up for grabs in the best-of-7 series, Ursula.
All right. Go Rangers.
Yes.
Good for the Cowboys.
Very good.
All right, we'll be right back.
All right, the last of the rain is starting to move out, but there's still some light rain over Seguin at the moment. Trick-or-treating tomorrow, it's going to be chilly, but nice. The high temperature tomorrow will be 58, but temperatures will fall into the 40s after sunset. So make sure to bundle up those kiddos. It's going to be spookily chilly out there tomorrow. As for temperatures warming up gradually back into the 70s by Friday. So I'm saying the sweaters are going to be useful until Friday, Ursula.
We are heading into winter.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hey, we can spice up the
Thanks for the rain, man.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Hey, look at that.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you at 6.